got Gerald from SKR Sim Racing. We're really excited. We're personally excited. This is a selfish episode for Gilmar and I. But before we get into that, we're the Bucks Townies, Gilmar and Andrew. We've got Rambo sleeping on the floor as usual. We're Bucks County's #1 investigative journalists doing journalism live from Doylestown. I think I ran through it pretty good.
Yeah, that was solid.
Covering it. So we got Gerald here. I guess we'll start at the very, very beginning. I guess, can you explain to us what sim racing is or what your facility actually is? And then we'll kind of get into the weeds because some people might not know what we're saying sim racing, and we all know what that is, but maybe you could explain it to us.
I think it always comes off as like what something's called without the definition. Like sim is short for simulation. So at our location, we have apparatuses that are built to simulate being in a vehicle, like in a race car. So people come out. That's a better way to explain it. Like if you watch racing on TV, if you watch GT3 or NASCAR or Formula One, like we use software that has laser scans of the track. So ideally, what happens at our place primarily, a lot of people that race locally, like Porsche Club of America, people that drive a Mazda and SCCA or Mustangs and SCCA, track time is almost a necessity for them. So we have laser scans of the track, so they come out and practice. And then
so the racers are able to come in to your facility and drive on actual tracks, but just like on a computer?
On a computer, yeah.
Basically?
Yeah.
And how accurate is it? Is it pretty much
spot
on?
We use iRacing, and they are, I don't think it gets any more accurate. They laser scan the tracks. They have access to the actual vehicles to record the sound, the weight, the parts, laser scan the cars. They also work directly with the manufacturers of the vehicles that they're making virtual recreations of.
So are professionals basically practicing with this?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I believe during COVID it was used to finish the NASCAR season that year. Like they raced.
They actually race it virtually.
Virtually, yeah. So with iRacing, it simulates NASCAR, IndyCar, GT3 racing, hypercar racing. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the IMSA, but they race at like Road Atlanta, I think Watkins Glen, Daytona Road Course, and we have laser scans of all those tracks and a majority of the vehicles that race in the IMSA series.
So you can simulate like weather conditions and things like that as well?
We can simulate weather conditions, yeah.
Oh, damn. So I guess going into now that we know what sim racing is, if you didn't know before, it's just the coolest thing ever besides actual racing, I think, right?
Yes, it is.
It's the closest thing you can get. I've seen some pictures from your social media. Mm-hmm. The setups of the vehicles. Do we have any pictures of that up there, Gilmar? Or we can just hop over Instagram maybe.
Yeah. Our social media probably shows a little bit better.
Yeah.
There's this video that went crazy viral. I remember seeing it like before I even heard of the sim racing because I had liked it and I'm like, oh, I remember seeing this video.
Right.
Yeah. Because that's a sick setup. I don't know. I might have sent it to Andrew. I know I sent it to a couple people.
So that's like our viewing room, like the lounge where you can watch the live race.
Yeah, but see, here's the actual cars.
Yeah, that's the race.
That's nuts.
So that's on the video right here?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, so these setups are basically like race seats. You have the controller, the steering wheel controller, multiple monitors. The seats look like they move. Each seat looks like it has its own surround sound system.
Yeah.
So, talking dollar numbers, like what do you have invested into a seat like that? Because like this doesn't look like a small enterprise when you're going and like showing all of these cars.
Yeah,
like that.
That particular spec between like 53 and 60K per rig.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Then he's doing it for you people. Yeah, like what is your clientele like? Are you birthday parties or more like actual racers? Like what are you doing?
So it's funny. My intent with the starting this was not to create something new, but be an addition to an already existing social group, ecosystem, and I'd say market. We wanted to provide, I specifically wanted to share this experience with people. One, that was the motivating thing. But the other thing was, I know for people coming up or people that are doing track days and working on getting better, track day is like a premium. You know what I mean? And you don't always get the time you may need to get to that next level that particular weekend at the track.
Yeah, because I guess on amateur level, a lot of the actual events are where you're getting track time.
Right.
So there's no like Tuesday practice day.
Right. You know, like you might find time halfway through, and whereas you could have come here, worked on your time, perfected it, and then going out and ran your best times. You know what I mean? As opposed to being on the track, figure something out, and then having your day not turn out quite the way you anticipated because
You just
you
weren't
just
ready.
needed to feel it. And that's kind of what it is. Jay. Once you start to feel it, you're moving, you start to find the time, but it's like, here you can do that, and you can run as many laps as you want until you find the time and then
Or if
make it stick.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
or the grid goes down.
Right. Or that.
You guys,
Yeah.
you have each simulator has its own computer, basically.
Each one, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's where like the bulk of the money is spent? Is on like the actual CPU, or is it?
The whole thing. So what I built them. The first one that you saw in the video, I built at home. So I built the computer. I built the rigs from the ground up, made the relationships with the different companies
That was my
parts
next
from.
question. Like, do you just buy these, or do you have to?
No, I had originally looked at buying them, but how I wanted to be brought the cost up. I'm like, oh, I want this, and this. And oh, great, we can do that. And then the price would jump up to like 90,000, 100,000.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
That's so much money.
okay. So I just, I spent probably a year and a half researching and understanding how sim racing and actual racing come together. And, and come to find out, this technology, not in this current iteration, but simulation racing technology has been around since like late 70s, early 80s, But it was, the race teams with more money had access to the stuff, so it wasn't like the general public knew about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like the same when you learn how to fire a fighter jet. It's like only the military has that stuff. Like you can't just like go get that. But now, because of the advancements in CPU technology,
and more companies starting to develop their own products, and some of these guys, they used to race, they retired, they're still currently racing, and they are developing parts. So I just did my homework, contacted what I felt was going to be the most suitable parts to simulate being in a vehicle. And then my prototype that I built at home, like I'd hop on it, drive it, I'd go get in my car. I've got like a little over 300 horsepower ST. I go jump in that, speed around, pull back in the garage, run back in the house to try to catch the feeling of being in the car. And then finally, I think it's like after like 3 weeks, maybe a month, I came in from the garage, hopped in the rig, and went and started driving, and the difference was gone.
it was you got it dialed in.
And then once I got it to that point, I'm like, I know that I'm not the only one that feels this way, this feeling that I'm feeling driving. You know what I mean? So I wanted to share it, and then I also wanted to be a location where people could come in and practice, meet, make new friends. Have a place to be and share a common interest. So, and our clientele, it started out as two guys from the Porsche Club of America in our region, Reason Toter, just showed up one day. I don't know. Maybe somebody told them what we were doing, or they saw, because I made an Instagram post with all the boxes on the floor and me starting to build the stuff. So maybe they saw that, but they came in, asked about, what we were doing, and, what our intent was. And then we wound up, I think, hosting an event for them like June or July last year, where all the guys that go to the track events with PCA came out, and the members, and most of our clientele has been some form of amateur or track days. We've got a few guys that literally go around from April until October driving at Summit Point, Watkins Glen, VIR, Road Atlanta. Like they just felt like what I had to offer was a nice bridge to them getting faster on the track. And this is from age groups from like 20s to like 60s, early 70s.
Yeah, because you see all the pros practicing. I think I'm pretty sure Verstappen has a world title in a simulator.
Yeah,
and
he does. He races on iRacing too, yeah.
Yeah, and on the track, like in the same year that he won his last championship, I think he also won some big simulator title that year. And his team kept complaining, like they were trying to balance because he was like getting to he was like shutting off his computer at like 7 a.m. and then going to race day. And they were like, "We got to cut this down." He's like, "I'm weaning."
Right?
He's like, "I'm weaning. I don't
Right.
understand what your problem is." He's like super rude about it. He's like, "Get out of my face."
Yeah.
I'm the best.
I bet he was.
He's
Yeah.
like the double champ. He starts talking like Conor McGregor. How
Goes up
funny
to
would that
balance.
be? Yeah. So correct me if I'm wrong. This is kind of like one of those situations where like if you build it, they will come. So you.
That's what my dad said.
That's
That's because I
hilarious.
showed my dad at the house, and he was just like, "Man," because we only talked on the phone because he lives a little far away.
Yeah.
So he didn't get to see it until after it was all dialed in at the house. So he gets
He
in
shows
it,
up and he's like,
and he
"Whoa."
drives and he kind of sits there and he just looks at me and he's like, "Man," but yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah.
That's what he said. Yeah.
What like do you have a computer background or was this just something you were doing on the side?
Originally, I went to school for like network systems administration at like a tech school called Satone back in early 2000s. But I've been tinkering and building computers since I was like 10.
Yeah.
So it's funny because SKR is probably a culmination of all my technology experience. Like I did consulting for a few companies like McKesson, Jones in New York. I did data center hardware maintenance for them, maintaining their data centers. We did installs for McKesson at a few locations that they were moving into. So it's like, networking and things like that you kind of pick up. But as far as like the building and things, like I've always been a tinkerer. So
So do you built the one at is the one at your house still at your house?
Oh no, I brought it to the
It's at
the
this.
spot,
It's
yeah.
at what was the time difference between building that first one and getting it dialed in to the actual facility?
I think it was 2022, maybe 3 years, maybe three and a half years.
Yeah.
Like that,
What did your wife say when you told her you were gonna like build a driving simulator in your
She
house?
just kind of looked.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because that's what I wanted to know. That's what I was like. How did you handle this? How did you present it? Tell us.
Give me some
But it
notes.
wasn't like, it wasn't the first thing that she saw me build. Like I've done other non-related things,
other
but
missions.
but it works out. So I think I might have had that on my side. But I was actually I was consulting during COVID. I was working at Johnson & Johnson Laboratories, and they sent everybody home like in March and that whole deal, and then we went into the whole COVID situation.
Yeah, how could we forget?
And so I picked back up my research, and I was studying the the human body's response to haptic feedback. Like how it affects our nervous system, our muscular system, and then the things that go on in the brain that tell our body that we're doing something. So that was where my research started.
Yeah.
And then once I got a solid understanding in that, I had built this very rudimentary apparatus with like a next level racing chassis, and I drilled holes in it to mount these low frequency emitters to it to simulate the undulations in the road. And then I needed software to drive it. So I wound up consulting for the company that I got the software from because they asked me what I was building.
Yeah.
Turns out they were in the process of getting their sim racing component company off the ground too, and they had a partner that made motion units, and they were looking for a consultant. So I actually consulted with them for a few years, from like 2020 to like maybe 2023.
Oh wow.
And what I noticed is that their customer base was like retired race car drivers, or somebody on a race team, or somebody that was part owner in a track. So it was like very specific end user situations. And then towards the end of 2022, going into 2023, the people that were calling didn't actually need help with their rigs from this company. They needed help getting what they built or what they were working on working, because they were starting businesses. And mind you, I was talking to people in Australia, Kuala Lumpur, Shanghai, France. Like these people were all over the world. But one guy was doing a a truck driving training thing with simulators.
Yeah, you remember that truck driving game back in the day? That was terrible at that game. I was always running out of time. You remember that Dave and Buster's? There was like the big you could sit in.
Oh yeah.
And you just like you could literally upshift or downshift, and that was it. And they gave you no direction. You're just plowing through people.
That's the whole idea. Gotta
Yeah, but it was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah. Yeah, people have like rigs like that at home nowadays. The truck simulator.
My favorite videos right now is this one dude who's got like long red hair and he's got like fans on him and he flies barefoot in this one military game. He flies the helicopters, but he's got an entire like helicopter set up, like simulating, and he's just like dropping in, like flying through the trees, loading guys out. I'm like, this guy's. What are you doing? He's probably on medical disability from the VA, just living his best life.
Yeah, he's having fun.
But I guess I wasn't really sure what your clientele looked like, but I guess it does make a lot of sense that it would be racers because you have to kind of be committed to building one of these units until now when someone like you has a space for it, right? Because there's not really like you're kind of on the cutting edge of that, I would think. We looked around, like there's not too many, like there's people with simulators, but there's no one with like a simulator business.
Right.
Do you like find yourself like having people ask you to build them for like if I wanted one in my house, to like people come to you and be like, hey, like this is fun coming to you, but like would you put one in my house?
Yeah, and we do that too.
You do that too? Yeah. How much of the business is that right now?
Not really a lot because it's like, we just opened last April, so we're picking up. But we've had assisted a few people in kind of getting their own thing together, sourcing parts for them and stuff to kind of do their own thing. But we do have a line of those that we build that are, the price progresses as the options increase. But we try to be helpful to just the community because we know everybody's not going to go out and get a rig that costs that, but it's like it doesn't mean you can't have something at home. You know what I mean? Because all time spent practicing is better than not. You know what I mean? So
I guess that makes sense. Do you race at all like outside of sim?
So I used to when I was younger. I did a lot of drag racing at like the local tracks, Atco, Maple Grove, Cecil County. So,
what kind of cars were you into?
So then I was actually, me and my buddies were running those Dodge SRT4s.
The SRT4 Neon? Yeah, who could forget that thing? Are you responsible for why none of them exist anymore?
No.
My brother and I joke about that all the time. There was one SRT4 in like parked up behind a building up on like Easton Road in Pipersville, and every time I drive past it, I'm like, "You're the last one. Stay strong."
There's one there. There's one there out near where we live in an apartment complex in Lansdale. There's one.
Oh yeah.
Same color as the one I had, silver.
Yeah, that car was it just responded to the Fast and the Furious era and like that sports car culture. And the SRT4 Neon was literally a 4-cylinder version of the Viper motor, if I'm not, because it was the SRT12 or SRT10 was in the Viper, and then they basically just like justified it by saying, hey, it's a 4-cylinder with a turbo. It's pretty much the same car. People were like, yep.
Yeah, it was Daimler Chrysler's world engine design. I think there were a few partners in there, but it was under the moniker of the SRT, the Street Racing Technology. So it was a
so cool
2.4 liter 4-cylinder turbo.
Yeah.
So it was like
that a
bigger
boxer? A boxer motor then?
No, that was I think that came under their program. It was called the World Engine program that they had at the time.
4.
And they were working with, I think Hyundai was a part of that and another company, but it was like this oddball motor that they came out with. I think they put in that PT Cruiser. You remember that?
Oh, dude, the PT Loser.
The PT Loser. That was fire.
Dude, true story about the PT Loser. My neighbor growing up who recently just passed, like got a PT Cruiser, and like we were working on the dirt bikes and stuff in the driveway, and he like pulled up thinking he was gonna like flex on us. And we were all like, yeah, in a PT Cruiser. He was like, yeah, I just got this. Look how sick it is. And we were like, take us for a ride, Larry. And we went for a ride, and that was the last and only time I'd ever been in one of those. But the car that was cool around that time was the Prowler.
Yeah.
The Prowler.
Did you know about the Prowler? No, this was
I
a
gotta
car that
see it.
Chrysler made that just it didn't really have any performance, but it was a cool looking car.
Yeah. The Prowler and the Crossfire. You remember that one?
Yeah, the Crossfire. Yeah, it would have been sick if they put the SRT4 motor in the Prowler. That would have look how sick that car.
Yeah, that car's pretty
Like,
sick.
what are we doing? You've never seen that car?
It's like retro doesn't get any
I
better
don't
than
think
that one.
so.
Yeah, that car is clean. Look up how much one of these costs right now. And then second question is, can you put a Hellcat in it? What?
Imagine. Yeah, I remember I once bought what was it? It was a Pontiac.
Sunfire?
Yes. No, it was a convertible, but it was 2-door. Pontiac. It's escaping me. I'll think about it later. But
Solstice?
yeah, no, it wasn't a Solstice.
They did have the Solstice.
Two-door roadster?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
but it
Solara.
had a
Is it
soft top.
older?
It had a soft top. It was kind of like mid 2000s.
I think somebody sold you a car that was like two cars put together.
Probably one of those Fiero jobbies.
Yeah, he grew up in Trenton, so like you don't know, they could have tricked him.
Like I could have been tricked, yeah. But my brother totaled it. He was driving to work one day and spun and totaled it. So
Of course, blame it on Geraldo.
yeah,
He's not
it,
even
it
here.
was him, dude.
He's not even here.
You know, but it says 25.
Used models 25 to 45,000. Interesting. We'll have to look into this. Back to the what's SKR stand for?
Street Knights Racing.
Street Knights
Knights
Racing.
Knights in Shining Armor type thing.
Nice. What is this like the full-time gig right now? Is this keeping you busy like around the clock, or like how much this? Yeah. What do you were talking to me when we were setting this up that you have event nights. Like how do people get involved in that?
So you can either book online or just show up. So there's a couple Fridays that we're partnered up with a few other sim centers around the U.S. and we have like a big race. So you could just show up. We've got 6 slots. You can either book the slot or you can just show up. There's one open, and you can race on a track. Like we've done like Formula 4. I think Formula 4 at Silverstone is coming up. Last week we did GT3s at Long Beach.
Okay.
And it's like 30 something cars on the track, so it was kind of carnage. But it's like it's fun, but it's a.
How do you handle that? Like, how do you what are the rules? Like, if you crash your car, Like,
so we do there with the way we've been running it is we have the damage is on, but you have unlimited repairs. So you can either hold the button and go back to the pit, or if you can limp back to the pit, you can. And it's called a fast repair, so it just fixes the car, and then you can get back on the track.
in the race. Yeah, and it gives you like a time penalty or something like that.
Right.
Because you have to sit there and wait for them to.
Yeah, so like if you are not near the pit and you hold the button to go back, you get like a towing time that could be anywhere from like a minute to 3 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's so in depth. It's literally racing just on the computer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm really what like is like the next phase of this for you? Like, where are you going to do like more event nights? Like, because you do NASCAR right now, you have a league for NASCAR, you have a league for GT3. Like, would you do one for Formula 1 or Formula?
So we actually have a Formula League on Sundays.
Okay.
My idea is to have this group or when people come in grow together. So they started in Formula 4. Next season, we'll talk at the end of the season to see how they feel about it. Maybe we'll move to Formula 3. And if that goes well for them, they feel like they're picking up the fundamentals. The great thing is there's people with a little experience, people with none, but they're all together. So they can grow together. The people that are new can kind of catch up to where the people are at, they're a little better than them. And then I'll give them the option. Like if they want to go to Formula 3 for the next season, we'll go Formula 3. And if we can find time to start another Formula 4 for new people that come in, we'll do that. But the idea is to get to the faster Formula cars, but also have people learn racecraft and technique and understand the cars and actually learn how to drive that vehicle. Not like it's kind of passively learned. Great, they're coming out to have a great time, but at the same time, they're learning the fundamentals of racing and being in traffic, navigating traffic.
So it's not like
managing
Mario
your brain.
Kart where you guys are just like banging into each other and stuff. Like there's etiquette.
Yeah, no, we don't allow that at the place. Like it's people come there to have fun. People spend a bit of money to be there, so we want to make sure that we do have some type of safeguards around people's time and investment in what we do there. So it's not the place to come and do that.
Yeah.
Like I'd give you your money back and ask you to leave. We don't tolerate that kind of stuff there.
Yeah,
It's
it makes sense
a place
to me.
for people to be and learn and have a good time. So
And you have how many simulators do you guys have?
we have 6 right now. We're working on 7.
6. Working on 7. That's such an investment. Do you have to upgrade the equipment a lot, or does it, like, the installations, do they survive a long time?
They last a pretty good while, and we buy pretty top of the line stuff so that we're
Kind of protected.
ahead of the curve. Yeah.
What would you say, like, when it comes to upgrades, is it like computer parts that need upgrading first, or is it just maintenance, keeping the machines running? Like, I guess what's that look like?
More maintenance. It's software.
Yeah.
Software, updates and things like that, drivers. So, but as far as hardware is concerned, the computers are pretty beefy. So
yeah. See his smile.
Yeah, I would imagine they are.
Don't you worry about it. That's what he was telling me.
Yeah. What do you have NVIDIA running? Do you have like
they're running
Ryzen?
X3D chips with NVIDIA GPUs.
NVIDIA's the way to go, man.
I mean, they just really have it locked down right now. Their service to market is just unparalleled. Like, they just got there first.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's all it took.
Oh, and I do want to clarify, if a private group wants to come to our location and crash each other up for an hour or so, I'm all for that.
Okay.
Oh, no, yeah. I would pay for us to go crash.
I was thinking in my mind, I'm like, wow, that sounds like
No,
we're talking about if private groups come in, like, because they come in and drive each other absolutely nuts, but that's fun for them and that's cool. It's just when it's a mixed environment, we try
when it's one of the league nights where it's
right,
a whole
exactly.
you're there for
Yeah.
the community. You're not there. It's not the revival building group showing up with the crew and just crashing into things like we do.
Right, yeah, you guys could just do that. You know what I mean?
we do that. We've done that at
We've
golf
done
outings. We've done that at go-karting places. We've done that. Like, it's just the simulator place might be the move because nobody, like, nothing will actually, like, you can't actually crash into anything.
Yeah,
No
sure.
golf carts.
No golf carts.
That's a big thing now.
I found footage of that day recently on my other computer.
I have the whole video.
Oh, you do? You still have it?
I still have it. Yeah.
All right.
It's on. We had a golf outing, like a company event that was a part of a charity golf outing, and some of the crew of the company got really invested into it, and in an alcoholic sense, and then everybody just kind of got sucked into it. And the whole, like, when you watch the riots on TV where it's like, it only started with one. Like, we had our one, and then the 2 fell in line, and then the people just started just joining in, and it just, like, the golf outing turned into just like a bloodbath. But it was a great day, and we had it all on video, and then we just watched it and realized it could never see the light of day.
Yeah, we made a whole video, cut it up.
And then I was like, this is a great video, Gilmar, but you can't put this out.
We had the Jackass music.
Yeah, we were sitting there in the conference room, and they put it on, and it literally starts with the Jackass music, and somebody, like, it was pouring rain that day, so the golf karting, that's part of what got a little out of control, was the drinking, the rain, the golf carts, young guys not building things for a day. And the video just started with one of the guys, like, sliding a golf cart across the green, and I was literally like, oh my God.
Yeah, we were crying.
We laugh, it's hard, but this is not professional.
Yeah. We've changed.
Yeah, we were young men. What does booking a session look like? Like, say I had a company, 10, 20 people. Is this like I'm getting catering?
Just call us up.
Yeah.
We handle all that stuff. Like, we do have a few restaurants in the area that we partner with to do food service. So if you wanted like a full spread set up for you, you could just call. We discuss the food and the pricing, and then all you have to do is show up.
And you guys just take care of everything.
We take care of everything else. Yeah.
Well, you really have did you always have this service approach to this business? Like, did you always know, like, you wanted to, like, cater to a community like this, or are you filling needs?
I think that more is kind of part of just how I am as a person, and it just kind of spills out into whatever I do.
Yeah,
like I don't ever, like, I guess it's not something that I think about. It's just like I want people to have a good experience. So for me, it's, what does that look like to me, and what does that take? So I don't, have steps or things that I think about. I just kind of think about how I would feel, or think about what would be cool or how I could take the things that I'm interested in, that I see people interested in, and make it a engaging experience for them. And what I know, like especially with group stuff, it's like the not having to do anything and plan and worry about certain stuff. Like it's a lot, and it adds to the enjoyment of whatever it is for people, especially in large groups. Like if you can just go somewhere and show up and have an awesome time with your friends, and all you had to do was, pay.
Yeah.
And it makes it enjoyable for everybody. So, and we've seen it in practice, with some of the team building things that we've done, or we had an auto shop come out for like their, yearly Christmas thing, and they just, all they had to do was show up, and they had a ball, and I had stuff structured for them. So,
I mean, that makes a lot of sense. Like when you say it, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Do you think you'll do like other simulators, or are you going to stick to just cars?
I am working on a F-16.
Okay. Casually, just,
And,
what is that like similar but different, or is there like a large jump?
So I think I just want to have one there for the experience for people, like the experience of, flying. I'm trying to incorporate VR into it. Still ruminating in here, trying to figure out how I'm going to do it. But yeah, that's other things, because there's a lot to enjoy with, simulation and VR, and just where technology is now in general. And it's like, it's kind of a great place to, like, where else you're going to go and do it, short of having to buy all that stuff and figure it all out. You know what I mean? It's maybe worth a couple bucks to somebody just to come and experience it and go home or watch others. Or
But how funny would it be if you like spend enough time in an F-16 simulator at his place, and then you legit think you can fly one? Like you just show up and you're like, I got this, and then you do.
Well, that's the funny thing
Like,
about it.
that's
Like
like-
you can actually simulate every last button in that jet.
Yeah.
Like, on sim, so it's
Wow.
Yeah, because I know people that have no drift experience that spent a bunch of time in simulators that then ended up in a drift car and then actually could drive it.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
And that obviously, like, you have to have, like, the mechanic, like, you got to have the muscle mechanics to do that, obviously. But that was the first time that I was kind of, like, keen to the simulators. And then it was like our racing friends have some simulators, and I'm like, well, if these guys have simulators, this must actually be a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw like Formula One like was doing a thing where they were saying what they do with simulators, and I was like, wait a minute. And then months later, you sent me that video of this gentleman's place, and I was like, wait a minute, this is like right in our backyard.
Mm-hmm. Super
Of
close.
course it is, because Bucks County's the best.
Yeah, it's the best, dude. It
Even-
has everything.
Even though I don't know if Lansdale is actually Bucks County, but it's out. It's just touching.
Yeah, we'll
Just
adopt.
It's inside.
it's close enough.
It's under our purview. It's under our, what does the police say? It's under our jurisdiction.
Our jurisdiction.
Our podcast jurisdiction includes Lansdale.
It does.
What the member, now I'm looking, you got like memberships. What is like a membership benefit? Like, what are the benefits of being a member?
So we've got a few different tiers, but what it does is it gives you like a discounted time, like it's bulk time pretty much.
Okay. Because you're just charging
But-
for hours, and
Yeah.
the machines are running. You're charging for that time.
Yeah, for the time. Yeah. Our memberships, depending on which one you get, like the most popular one has been that one, the Racing Enthusiast, because it comes with time. What it doesn't mention on there is that we have lockers there. So you get a locker, you get a set of racing gloves from us with your membership. Like it's on us, we just give it to you. You choose your locker, put your name tag on it. You can throw your gloves or whatever else you need in there. We also set people up with a 3-month iRacing subscription. So if they don't have iRacing and maybe they want to try it at home, or maybe have their own cars and stuff like that, they get that from us, as well as a gift card from us, because with iRacing, you have to purchase the cars and tracks. So it's a way to kind of get people started in the event that they say, hey, maybe I'll get a wheel at home and put it on the desk just so I have it, or maybe I'm going to build like a small cockpit at home. We kind of get you started, because there is like a progression path within iRacing outside of what you do at our place. You can come in and log into your own account and participate in the actual official races that take place. You don't just have to drive in anything that we set up. You could log into your own account and drive.
So, like, say I come in on a Monday morning, I can log in track time on just a random time like that.
So with the memberships, you get a code, and if you can just go to the website and use your code to book it.
Okay.
And then the other thing is you get discounted time. If you use up all your time for the month that's allotted to your membership, you actually get a discount on the additional time, so you're not paying the regular price.
Do you have
a considerable discount on additional time?
That makes a lot of sense. It seems like a good value.
It's good value.
Do you have people do you have guests or members that are like, do you have like one person that stands out that's just like, you gotta be like, hey Roger, I can't sell you any more time this month. Like your wife called, you gotta go home. Like, do you have people that are that into it? That you kind of have to be like, look. You've spent so many hours on this. You might want to go out and see the song.
No, it doesn't.
Nobody's like that.
That hasn't come up yet. Like we've got one customer that has like a big account, but he's got a few boys, so it's like
okay, he brings in and does it with his kids.
Yeah. We've got a few like that too. Like it's good bonding time. From what I've seen, it's very good bonding time. Like father and son. Like we've seen a couple mother and son. And grandparents with the grandkids and trying to find that way to connect, because there's like a gap because the technology kind of picked up so quick. Like people that are in their 60s, 70s are very separated from people between like 10 and 20. So having something physical that they can do, talk about and experience together has, from what I've seen, proven to be a good bonding experience for people. So I
didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Does anybody wear helmets while they drive?
That has not happened yet.
Okay.
Imagine, dude.
Just like with a water funnel.
Strapped up, the whole suit.
Just fill my pack.
That has not happened yet.
I'm running out of water. Be like, you can't have water in here.
That's hilarious. They built a halo for themselves.
Yeah, like he gets out and weighs himself immediately out of getting out of the sim. It's like a regulation.
Just
I got to make
sweaty.
weight.
Yeah.
Like,
Sweaty.
what are you doing? Yeah.
Yeah, what we doing?
This is extremely thought out.
Yeah.
I commend you for this, because
Thank
it's
you.
not like I get that you're not exactly doing something completely innovative, but to me and Gilmar here, like this is very innovative. But like in your eyes, I get like how your purview. It's kind of like, oh yeah, everybody else is doing it. Like there's other people doing it, but the level of like the membership, the service, like just how much emphasis you're putting on like just like your personal interest in this, it's definitely evident that this is like this is something really cool and unique. There's nobody. I don't know anybody else doing something, this different than what everybody else is doing in any sort of way.
Mm-hmm.
So you can open a restaurant, you can open a barber shop, but nobody's doing I don't know any other businesses that are.
And I didn't want to be like other places. Not to knock them. I just feel like there's a sim racing almost has two definitions. I feel like, and then there's like the arcadey video gamer side of it.
Yeah.
And then there's the practical application side of it. So I didn't want to start this to try to tap into the social media popularity of sim racing. I wanted to be a part of your already existing racing community.
Yeah.
So my approach is a little different.
Do you think that helped your growth because the racing community wants to support you?
I think it helps it and hinders it at a certain time in different areas. I think because we aren't using certain software or leaning more towards that whole gamer feel, that it probably, chops us at the knees a little bit in regards to exposure, because those things tend to have a higher audience, more amount of people. But I feel with being a part of the, moving towards being part of the actual racing community, I think it's better served. I think we better serve that community, and it works out for us. Just it looks a little different. You know what I mean?
It sounds like you trusted the niche. Like sometimes when you see people start businesses, they're a little desperate and they want everybody because they think like all the customers equal like better or quicker sustainability or like quicker money or whatever. But when you see the businesses that are like, no, these are the people we cater to specifically, they tend to thrive a lot faster and better.
Well, not all money's good money. You know what I mean? It's like I didn't want to make something that looked like that, because it's like you were saying, it's not that. Like you see it when you show up. So I think our customer base, our growing customer base, has been reflective of that. They tell a friend, the friend brings a friend, the friend brings a friend, and that's kind of what's been happening. And then, yeah, there is like an entertainment and fun aspect too. And we do have those customers too. But it's like, I think how it looks, how it is when you show up, our customer base matches that. And that's something that happened outside of my control. I only had the intent and the implementation, but I had no control over what that was going to look like to somebody else. I knew what my intent was.
Yeah, sometimes
you know what
do.
I mean?
Sometimes you do have to adapt to the
Right.
You think it's going to go one way, and you
Right.
have to adapt. That's interesting, though. That it worked out that way. Yeah. What do you? So, like, say I had a car, would I be able to give you the specifications of my car, and then there's like a way to like upload that information so that I can like drive my car? Like, how's that work?
So with iRacing, we're kind of set to the cars that they have available.
Okay.
There are other simulator software out there that would allow you to do something like that, but my conflict with it was the accuracy. So yes, we could make something that felt like close to what you gave us, but somewhere in there, things are inaccurate. And I know that what we have, it transfers to the track. For instance, somebody has a Cayman GTS 4.0. We've got a Cayman Club Sport. So can we adjust the weight? Yeah. Horsepower? Yeah. Camber, toe, rebound, stiffness? Yeah, we can get it close to feeling like their GTS 4.0.
Yeah.
But we can't make it a GTS 4.0. We can get them something close. Like there's
that makes sense.
A guy that's got an SCCA Spec Racer Ford. Now, we don't have his specific SCCA Spec Racer Ford, but we do have one in the simulator. So we can make those adjustments. For him, it's tire pressure, weight, things like that. We can dial in so that it's close enough to his actual vehicle. And this is what we've been doing, and it's been working out. Like the skills do transfer. People have come to our location with similar vehicles, gotten their times down here, and then gone to the track, and their times are within 0.2.
That's pretty wild. 0.2 is that's really close. What has been like the most rewarding feedback that you've gotten? Like what like for me it would be like if something like an actual like if Max Verstappen or Lando Norris or somebody famous came in there and was like, this is so on par. Like what kind of like feedback do you get?
We had a GT3 driver. He drives for AF Corsa Ferrari, and he just so happened to be going to school not too far from here, and he got an offer to drive at Nürburgring, and he'd never driven on the track before. So I think he was like in panic mode trying to find a place to go to drive this track and drive this car, and he wound up calling us, and he came out, and it's actually the videos on our webpage too, but he came out and he drove and was very impressed by how like the car our simulator was. Yeah. Their response and everything. And I'm like, well, who else has been in a 296 GT3? You know what I mean? This guy has, and if he's in the rig and he's telling me that I can train with this, well, then I must have done something right. You know what I mean?
That's awesome. That's so awesome.
So, yeah. But for me, I think the biggest thing is seeing the looks on people's faces when they get it. When I give them some advice about how to handle a turn or balance the weight of the vehicle to, make it through a turn, and seeing them get it, seeing their times go down, and then seeing them look over at me like, this is something that I've been struggling with, and then seeing them take it to the track and do it. Yeah. That's probably better than the money.
Yeah,
it's probably. I think that's better than the money. Is seeing that moment where wherever their brain was and what they were doing, have that evolution moment, that change moment where now they're looking at their way around the track different.
Yeah,
and not only does it make sense, they can replicate it, and now their worst lap is 2 seconds faster than what they were doing before they came in. That kind of stuff. It's like. Yeah,
Do you have anybody that like prescribes your service yet? Like being like, hey, you got to go, train
Oh,
on
it's been happening since we opened.
Yeah, because I would think if you're a race coach, a lot of those guys refer to other people. So I would think that like other people like racing, because a lot of those instructional classes and things you do, like you said, their track day that's it. You get like a day to work on it or get introduced to something,
Right.
or like a cornering concept, or
Right.
and then it's like, well, you got to wait until the next like Porsche Club event or
Right.
something like that. So, I think you would be huge racing, like I think people like that would refer you, because like same thing with batting cages.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're essentially like the batting cages of racing. Like if you don't put your time in,
And that's what it is.
you
It's
don't
time.
throw pitches. Like
Like,
you
it's
got to
time.
go in there and do the practice.
Yeah, it's time, and we've got the tools too. Like we've got we use Cosworth Pi tool. We've got some other telemetry tracking stuff. So we've got real time data that we can give to you while you're driving and go over it. And that's what's been the most beneficial, is to actually show people in data what they're doing and explain to them in data while they think about what they just experienced on the track, and it say, hey, when you get to this turn, you have a tendency to do this because the data's telling me you do this. Now, if they can tie muscle tension or tensing up before they break into a turn, if they can see what it's actually looking like in data, now they understand what it is that's happening. We can explain the weight transfer. We can explain the late braking. We can explain the double apex. And it clicks because now they've got facts that they can tie to what they're feeling in the car. And now they know what they need to do different, and they know when they've done it because it's going to feel different. And then you just train that feeling and you keep going. And that's what makes people faster. Like I had one guy, it was 2 weeks ago. He came in, he drove. I showed him the telemetry, explained what was going on. 2.7 seconds faster the next lap on cold tires. He was just faster because it made sense.
Yeah, because you were able to explain it.
Yeah.
Interesting. I think the most helpful thing from like the little simulator research and knowledge that I have in preparation for this day was when you get the opportunity to like do a lap with the previous lap kind of like ghosted over you. That seemed pretty cool. And
it's fun.
It's like, oh, you saw like the last time your car moved over here, and it's like, now I need you to stay over here. Like you get that opportunity to proportionally kind of make those adjustments and things.
And it also draws out that competitiveness and get you focused.
Oh yeah, because you're chasing. You're like a dog chasing after it. Yeah,
because it's like you can either watch what he does and kind of follow it, or you can race him. You know what I mean? And that's you. You probably can beat him because that's not your best lap. So instead of following their line and trying to find corrections, race the ghost. Race them. Like, don't touch. Can you make that turn on the inside and you know what I mean? Can you do that? And then you find out you're going faster because now you're not trying to catch up or get close to the time. You're trying to beat that car and give them the room for it. You know what I mean?
Because
you know
you can't just plow them off the road even though it's transparent.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you still, now that like you're operating a business, like you always have to like be that guy, do you still get time to drive?
I do.
Yeah. Like late night, just in there by yourself?
Yeah. Usually with a friend or two.
Yeah. Do you have like a couple of buddies that like are your go-to, like, you guys want to drive tonight?
Pretty much. That's exactly.
That's There's a group chat.
That's exactly how that goes. Yeah.
What in like obviously money aside, what's your dream car? Like what's your what cars are you eyeing up these days?
What I like to have, I like the GTR.
The Nissan?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't like the look as much as I do like the technology behind it.
Yeah, the Nissan, it's
and
irrefutably
what Nissan does, like the 4-wheel drive system and like the torque vectoring and all like the technology of it. It looks okay, but
you can make the car look okay.
Yeah.
But the dollar for what you get out of that car, I don't think there is another car.
It's one of those cars that there won't be anything like that performance, technology, price for a while. We may not even see it again.
Yeah.
But yeah, the GTR and a Porsche GT car. Like I like the GT3 RS, but I kind of like the Cayman 718.
Who doesn't?
I kind of like the Cayman a little bit better. The GT4 RS,
really?
718. Yeah, I kind of.
You like the look of it?
I Oh, I like it being like, you know, like the baby brother, the not top of the line Porsche, because there's things that can be done because we don't roll stock ever. So
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter what it is, but I like the underdog. Like
Do you
I do.
window tint or no window tint?
A little light.
A little light tint.
Like
Okay.
30%, something like that.
When you get a new car, yeah. I mean, you know who I think has one of these is John Wolstenham.
Oh, he has one, you think?
I think he has one of these.
Nice car.
He was like, yeah, I never get to drive it.
Oh, damn.
That's what happens when you're always working. I do like that car a lot. They came in.
Yeah, I like this one more than I like the GT3 RS. I would like to have the DRS system on the 718.
Yeah, and they also have like that touring 911 that's like pretty much a GT3 without all the aero.
Without all the aero, yeah.
Yeah, and that car is a gated transmission.
Oh, is it?
I'm pretty sure that's like the only gated transmission. That's like why they like. So it's like the touring you can get in gated, but in the GT3 you can't. It's only.
Yeah.
So everybody when that car was that spec was optioned, I think it hurt a few sales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
like people were like, I don't
that,
need that wing and I can get the shifter. Okay.
Right. Well, between that and the Carrera T, because it's like that one is not bad too, and that's 6-speed.
Yeah.
And it's a nice platform to build upon with that twin turbo. So
What do you daily drive? Are you like a truck guy?
oh no, I drive my ST, Focus ST.
Nice. What do you think of like the new Honda Civics and stuff like that they're coming out? These really like these throwback but price forward.
I don't know. I liked Honda designs and motors from like the 90s and
Yeah, the Integra Type R and stuff.
That's kind of my thing with them. They look nice now, but they're just not what they were.
Yeah, it was kind of wild in pricing. Did you here? Which one is it? Civic Type R. I think it's this baby blue one right here. Yeah, that one. Yeah, I think it's like $90,000.
Dang.
I mean,
that just looks like an Accord.
Doesn't it?
Not it doesn't. I don't know. Whatever. But I
Okay,
think
it looks like one of those what are those things that people would drive like a crossover. Remember how they came out with it?
Yeah, the Crossfire.
Like it's like not quite an SUV or a station wagon, but it's not quite a sedan. Like
it's like the Subaru Forester is kind of that way, where it's like lifted up. It's like, are you off-road vehicle with no ground clearance? Like we're confused. Yeah, it's cool.
Well, I know the automakers are trying to appeal to what's popular in the States, and unfortunately, what's popular in the States, according to them, are crossover vehicles and SUVs. So
yeah, I don't think that's true. I think that's just what they're like, oh, that's what we keep seeing. It's like, well, that's the only thing you're selling. Like you're gonna see it when that's the only thing you're giving us.
Right.
I really like. Me and you kind of became friends when you said the GTR. I really love that car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of always been that way, like 35, 34, 33, 32.
Yeah, I don't know why.
2.5 GT, 1600. Like it,
you do
it goes back.
Yeah, because the early models are more coveted than the newer models, but the newer models do have their own club as well.
Thing, yeah.
And it's kind of crazy to think. I don't know if there's another car that has that consistency other than maybe like the M3, maybe.
Probably because
like you have like
the Super dropped off, the RX-7 turned into what the RX-8, and
yeah, because the
Super with that. So
the Subaru is just a BMW right now. I'm pretty sure it's just the Z Coupe. I think the new Supra is like just
the BRZ.
Well, no, I think like the actual Supra.
Oh, the Supra, yeah. Okay. That is BMW. Yeah, I thought you were saying. I thought you said.
Well, the
Supra,
BRZ I think was a collaboration with the FRS.
Yeah, the FRS. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a BMW. It is. It's that.
That's
same,
a cool
it's that
one.
Same motor. The
Z3
Supra.
Coupe. Yeah. That's not something you see all the time. That only usually Gilmore. You only really usually see that car in the convertible version. But if you have that one, it's the shoe. It just looks like a shoe.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Looks like a sneaker.
They were fast though.
Yeah, they're cool.
like deceptively fast.
I don't think I've ever seen.
Well,
one of
maybe
those.
not the the one that I saw. I'm pretty sure it was not stock. It was flames coming out of the exhaust and
Probably out of the hood.
right.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have
No,
a.
yeah, you're right about the Supra, the BMW thing. Like
They
yeah,
did
it's
a
pretty
they did
much
a
the same
collaboration there. I think just an engineering collaboration.
deal. Yeah.
We have a buddy who builds like racing harnesses and programs Subarus and Evos and stuff like that.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's kind of interesting to talk to different like people that are really in it about like their stigmas and things, because like he'll say things about like Toyotas, and it's everybody's got something to say about somebody else, but the Nissan I think is like the only car that if somebody says you're just a bandwagoner, it's like whatever, my car's fast. Like it performs. Like
Right.
what are you gonna say? The reason it's got a bandwagon like that is because it's like one of the few cars that has a cult following that I think is substantiated. A lot of times people have cult followings in cars, and you're just like whatever. Like the issue, the car people that I take issue with are like the British car people that like love MGBs from like the late 70s, like mid 70s. You're just like, there's nothing to like. This car was never cool.
I think that's more of a nostalgia and time of their life type deal.
Yeah, maybe.
And time
Time
period.
Lame ass car, dude. The car was never cool.
I called it lame.
Yeah, well, my wife loves cars like this. I'm like, no, not happening.
Roadsters.
I could see Gilmar rocking a car like that.
For a day.
I could see you knocking out Stuart Little to carjacking.
That's what it reminds me of, is Stuart Little, dude.
Yeah.
No, I don't like this car. He ruined it. He said Stuart Little, I don't like it.
It could be 007.
Yeah. James Bond with that, Spanish James Bond.
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
Is there anything we like didn't cover that you want to like?
Well, I wanted to ask about
Oh, okay, we'll let Gilmar talk for a change.
Oh, no, like if you are, do you have a team? Do you want to start a team, or are you thinking of sponsoring a team at some point?
So I am looking to do that. Yeah, we do have some kids that they race in the junior program in Phoenixville, the Montgomery County Quarter Midget Racing Program.
Yeah.
So we have some kids that we sponsor there, but we are looking to kind of push the whole SKR thing forward, and it's a work in progress.
Yeah, what does that look like? Are you scouting people? Do you watch streams? Like how do you go on about recruiting?
Keeping an eye on a few drivers. We have a few people coming in, and how to put it into words. But yeah, we just we are. But as far as how I'm going to do it and implement it, my focus is from sim to track. So yeah, I am eyeing a few people and trying out a few different people that we actually have coming to the place now. So
Interesting.
yeah.
Have you ever had any drivers compete in certain championships or competitions out of your facility?
We are training a few now.
Oh yeah.
So they would compete in the sim world, and okay.
Yeah.
Dang.
So there's actually a few programs that start in the spring where they're doing competitions where the end result is a few people getting an opportunity to be in a car.
Drivers Cup. That's so cool.
That's sick.
And considerable amount of money towards them having a career in racing. So
That's got to be so cool to even just be a part of that journey. Like somebody becomes an actual racer because they pulled up into your facility one day and we're just like, what's going on here? And you're like, well, come on in.
Mm-hmm.
And next thing you know, there's a championship car racer.
Yeah,
Like, that'd be so
nuts.
crazy.
right.
I think that might be like the ultimate like proof of concept.
Yeah. Well, that's why we want to, because these opportunities have been there for a few years now, and it's like, and I've run into parents who have kids in programs who were just unaware that this was going on, and it's like, man, like this is year 5 of this particular program, and it comes with this, and it offers this racing school, and like there's opportunities, but I think that's the downside to the whole gamer sim side of sim racing is that people look at it like video games and don't really pay attention. Meanwhile, people are going from sim to track. They are. And the race car drivers and the people that you see now, you dig a little bit, you find out, 2 years ago they were on iRacing. You've got Raja Karuth. I think he's getting ready to go in a Craftsman truck. He started on iRacing a few years ago.
And that's just,
you know what I mean?
That's just kind of like one off now, but in 10 years,
Well,
that might be the thing.
And it's not even really one off. It's like it's been the case for quite a few drivers that people see. That's where they started.
Yeah, I
think it's only going to pick up more. Like you said, it's going to pick up more, but it's.
I guess it's just a matter of time.
Yeah.
Because that as the word spreads, and when I meant one off, like you have I think Formula One did a drivers thing, like a media stunt thing, to try and get a driver in a car. Like it is each driving area seems like they have one person that's the first person, and then that's all it takes.
Yeah, that's all it takes. Yeah, like for NASCAR, IndyCar, Formula. Yeah, exactly.
It's also kind of cool because it opens up. Racing's so expensive. I mean, I said it to you. Like, in order to make a fortune in racing, you got to start with one.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool to see it racing and the sport open up to people that don't have $1 billion, and then they get like good enough to be like, actually, you know what, I want to go into this without the threatening time and money investment. Because if you don't have someone to give you a car, you can't build your own car, your parents aren't into racing. It's like, how do you get into it? It's like hunting. Like, you don't just go out and just grab a gun and shoot a deer. You got to have a buddy that takes you.
Usually the people are people that come from racing families already. But like what you're saying, that's the driving force behind what's happening. So the FIA is involved, manufacturers are involved, because they do realize and see the barrier of entry and have been able to identify that there's talent that you may never hear of solely because they didn't have enough money. Yeah. It's insane.
Yeah, my mom took me to look at hockey gear when I was a little kid, and she looked at like two prices and was like, "You're playing soccer. You're gonna put on boxing gloves and you're gonna play soccer. This is what we got for you. You're gonna get 2 pairs of shoes, and that's it. I don't have time for these sticks and ice." That's how I feel when I'm talking about I'm like, there's probably kids that and also another thing you can think about is how much better has the sport of golf gotten from people practicing simulators. Like, how much crazier will the races get, and how much more competitive will the racing get with people practicing more, even just the pros. Like, if you have one of these in your truck, like in your your semi truck next to your car, like, you're practicing all the time, like, we should get better performances. That's also pretty cool.
Drastically better.
Yeah. Dang.
It's pretty awesome.
What else is there, Gilmar? What else is there to it? I'm gonna go down my list of questions while you make sure we got them all.
Yeah, I guess how many cars do you know the amount of cars that are built into the system that you have, like, that you can adjust and whatnot, or is it just an insane amount?
Well over probably 150 or more.
And did those come preloaded into the software? You had to also fine tune every single one.
Well, there's like a baseline tune that they all have, but they can all be adjusted to the specs that the person wants.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, that's crazy. So
same with our simulators too. Like, our simulator feel is customizable. Like, the belts tighten up on you, we can adjust that. How the chassis moves, like the ups and downs and the cornering stuff, we can adjust that. How the pedals, because they're hydraulic, we can adjust the feel, the resistance. There's also haptics in them, so you can feel the road while your foot's on the gas or the brake. So there's full tunability in what we have. Like, it's not just like a canned experience where you come out, here's your car, and you get in. Now, like, we can make adjustments to everything to try to catch, especially with the training and the people that are coming in with specific vehicles looking for a specific situation. We can tune it to that. So
if somebody's like, hey, I'm really scared of this one turn on a wet day, you can just be like, all right, we'll just keep doing that.
We can recreate the conditions of the day, like the humidity, the moisture
track
on
temperature.
the track temperature. Yeah.
Okay.
Damn.
Dang. I only have 2 questions. Like we had so many questions. We did a lot of research.
Yeah.
Journalists doing journalism.
There you go.
The only 2 questions that we didn't ask were, what's like the most stressful moment in a race, like a simulated race? What's the
Like being in it or
Yeah,
watching one?
being in it or watching one? Like, is it the start? Is it because you're probably because you have experience and inexperience on the track at the same time. Like, there's got to be. I mean, it's obviously not the same as racing and like the flag going down, but it's got to get pretty competitive.
I don't know if I've had watching the customers, especially the ones in the leagues. It's been inspiring seeing what they do. Like I don't think I've had like a moment. I think there's been moments where I'm like, I'm not sure how it's going to go because they're both going into a turn together.
Okay, yeah.
But then watching somebody who's had trouble with this turn go into a turn at speed in a racing scenario side by side with the other guy and just kind of make it through the turn, that's probably the most nervous that I've got. But then it's like thinking about how much they've practiced and how much they focus on what they're doing, how much they respect the other people that are on the track with them, and watching it play out. I don't know if nervous is the word, but it's like maybe nervous for them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So you're feeling the same excitement as if you're watching a real race because they are really racing.
And I know the people. You know what I mean? So it's like it's kind of cool because it's like you're watching, but like
you know
Adam and you know John and like these guys and their tendencies. So seeing certain rivalries and people come together on the track, and it's like, and it's not even like they're moving at like beginner speed. They're flat out racing. Like they've been coming for weeks or been coming for months, and now to the point where they're on track and completing races. So seeing those moments where I know there's like a turn that they struggle with, and watching them go in flat or break late to keep the inside, like it's nice to see the progression. So as far as nervous, I don't. Maybe that being nervous for other people watching them race, in a competition setting where like it's race day or.
Yeah, I want to go right now.
I want to go watch some races.
Yeah, dude, like this, it just sounds like a really good, like, wholesome time.
Yeah.
Do people communicate? Like, are there headsets? Like, do people talk?
So we're getting ready to implement headsets for like our training sessions and stuff, but I think that we may try to work them in for the league. It's loud. So, and the reason why I don't use the headsets is because the headsets do not catch the nuance of ambient sound and sound separation. Like they don't. They're on your head.
So it's like
everything's right. Everything's right here. There's only but so much spatial creation you can have with a headset, especially when you're dealing with the Acura that is 100 feet back on your left. You know what I mean? And the Mustang that's next to you in the turn. Those are different sounds. And in a headset, it's like jumbled. But in the rig with our 5.1 Dolby digital surround sound, that Acura is in the back left and the Mustang is on the two side. You can differentiate and judge where things are. And I think that's good for racing with other people because sometimes you can only hear them. You know what I mean? Because if you're looking at the apex to try to make this turn and hold your line, then you're not in your rearview mirror, but at least you know they're there. So that's kind of why I don't really push the whole headset thing because you need to be aware of what's going on around you, and at speed you may not have the time to look. You know what I mean? Yeah. But at least if you know they're there, then you can make your judgment call based on that. So I think it's better. It's good for spatial awareness. So,
dang, Gilmar, do you have anything to add other than our last question?
Was that the last question?
No, I have one last question.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought we had one
more. It's just an easy question. If someone is listening tonight, like if they want to get into sim racing or start racing in your facility, like what's the first step?
Show up.
Just show up. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. There's no time.
It's that easy.
There's no time like the present. You know.
Yeah. So you guys are there 9 to 5. What's the hour?
So right now we're there on Wednesdays and Thursdays from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. Mondays and Tuesdays we're closed for private groups or training sessions.
It's okay. So if you're already a member and you're practicing,
or if if you're looking to come out and you're booking a training session for a track day or something like that, we do have accommodations for like Monday and Tuesdays for those because they cost a little bit more and they're private. So we'd like to kind of set aside our open to the public time. We'd like to create a little time for people to have the one-on-one for the coaching because it's important I like to be able to focus on them and not be distracted so that they get what they need and get their money's worth. And then Friday and Saturday we're open from 12 p.m. to 10 p.m. and on Sundays we're there from 12 p.m. to 7 p.m.
Okay.
And any questions, they can go to the contact us section on our website, fill it out. They can type in whatever they want, if they have a question or something like that.
Yeah, you guys were very responsive.
And it gets directly to us, and, you get like a person responding usually, and it's either me or my wife, and we get back to you and, call you and work out whatever you want to work out or whatever your plans are or you're trying to do. Like we, find a way to make it happen.
All right. Done deal. I mean, we're going to dinner on Thursday, but the next one, might take the guys to.
That'd be crazy.
We'll see how competitive it'll get.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
And thanks for coming by.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
This was a selfish podcast, but I hope everybody else got something out of it.
Yeah.
I was really excited. I was like, we're gonna go to this. It's gonna be so great. So I'm even more excited now. Knowing what you put into the business and like knowing you and like what all you've done for it. It's really cool to see how much you care for it and how it's not another like just corporate place. It's not Top Golf.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You put like this like real community touch on it. Yeah. And we haven't even been there yet, and I know it's what it's like. It's
like a chill spot. Like it's a big version of my studio at home. Like that's really what it is. Like instead of one simulator, there's 6, and we got the lounge and stuff. But it's like I wanted to create a place for people to be too. You know what I mean? Like if you're into cars and racing, you get a membership. You don't want to race there. You don't have to race. You can chill in the lounge. You can hang out. Just
be around.
You know what I'm saying? Collect your thoughts. You know what I mean? Watch a movie or something like that. Like just have a place that's yours that you can be, even if it's just for a little bit. Because I think we need it. Like societally, like
community is everything.
We need that time to just unwind or have that place where we know at least if it's only a few minutes apiece, we got it. So
that's awesome. Well, thanks for coming out.
Yeah, man.
Gilmar, thanks for being here.
Yeah.
It's Bucks Townies podcast. Andrew, Gilmar, SKR Sim Racing Center in Lansdale, PA. And then we got Rambo on the floor. Thanks for listening. Hit those I mess it up every time. Subscribe button. Hit the buttons. We appreciate it.